Hi, I'm Miss Lavodi, and I'm going to be showing you how to use Tayasui Sketches Pro to do a digital brush painting of a peony. Let's make a digital brush painting of a flower. First, do an image search for the flower of your choice. Try to set your usage right so that way you can find something that is not a copyright image or at least has reusable rights. You are going to be doing a painted version of this image, so you are appropriating it. Save your image to your device. This is the reference photo that I chose, and I will use this as my photo layer. Open Tayasui Sketches Pro for iPad. Select your watercolor paper and keep it at letter size. Check your layers box and add a layer so you're working above your paper layer, and click the three dots on the top to add in your reference photo. Scale your reference photo up so it's not too small, and then in your layers you're going to adjust the opacity by clicking the gear sign so that way it is lower. It shouldn't be too light that you can't see it, so drop it just enough that it's still visible, but it should be lighter. From here, we're going to be using the watercolor brushes with black ink. Since most brush paintings often use only black ink in one color to represent the subject, we'll be doing the same for this painting. So I'm going to get started by using the watercolor brush. I'm making the leaves different values of gray by selecting the color black and using the opacity slider to alter the lightness and darkness of the black that I'm applying to the painting. I'm trying to fill in the shape of the leaves and maintain that shape and that pointed brush stroke at the end of the leaf. I'm going to be switching to the acrylic dry brush for the stem using the square option and a slightly darker opacity. Having different textures with different brush strokes and different brushes really does help make the painting look more dynamic. So I am just tracing over the different stems that I see in the image. For this painting, try to loosen up a little bit. Try some softer or larger watercolor brushes in some places, and think about how you can use a variety of brush strokes and a range of values to make your painting interesting. So I'm using that watercolor brush. Remember, when you tap with your finger on the screen, it will apply that kind of watercolor blot effect. You can get different brush strokes by tapping versus dragging a line out. Remember to just keep playing with your opacity slider so that way some elements are lighter and some parts are darker. You can also build opacity by layering brush strokes on top of previous brush strokes as well. I'm also picking and choosing which leaves I want to maintain in my painting. I'm going to switch over to the ink brush to add some detailed lines to the leaves. You want to keep these simple too. Don't make them too distracting. Don't make the lines too thick. Now we're ready to add a new layer. This is going to be where we will paint the color of our flower petals. And we want to make the flower colorful, but we want to make it relate to the image. So here I am in my new layer. I'm selecting pink from